Welcome back to the channel. In this video I'm going to show you how to install a Shimano SLX brake through an internally cable routed bike and then bleeding it. Total Bleed Solutions are the one-stop shop for all your hydraulic brake needs. They don't just sell bleed kits, but you can also buy whole brake systems, discs, brake pads, literally anything you can think of to do with hydraulic brakes on a bike. First, we're going to take the rubber cover off, and then it will reveal this, where you need an 8mm spanner, place it onto the nut, and then you turn it anti-clockwise. And then once it's loosened, you can use your hand to undo it, or you can use the spanner, it's up to you. And then you're going to pull. Sometimes oil might come out, but don't worry about that. So we'll just place it like that so it won't leak. So as you can see, because this is a used brake, it's already got an olive and a barb on it, which we'll need to cut off because we won't be able to put it through the frame. So, and make sure you do have a new olive and a barb to put in. Right, so here we go, cutting it. So the barb will probably come down to about here, so we'll cut it around there. And there you go. Perfect. Using one of these little pokers, sometimes if it's more oval, you can push it in and make it into a round shape again. There we go. So this part is done. Also making sure that you'll remove the nut and the rubber cover. And now we'll take, this is called a RockShox reverb connecting barb. This will thread in this end of the brake, and it will also thread in over here, connecting these two hoses, which will make rerouting an absolute breeze. Because this hose has a banjo fitting on one end, you'll need to place the rubber grommet on before routing it. So I've already connected it using the reverb barb connector. So this will just go, slide it all the way down, and then this is where it's so magical. The crucial part, and you want to make sure that you get it into the right order. So first you're going to put the rubber grommet on that goes onto the frame, right? And then we're going to put the rubber hood on, also all the way so it won't fall off. And then we'll get the nut and make sure that the threaded side is up like that. So next we'll put the olive on, push it all the way down, and then we'll put, so just push this barb in just a little bit on the top, right? You can't really push it in anymore anyway. And then we'll use a barb pusher tool. You want to make sure that your barb sits flat against the hose and not bulging out. So this is nice and flat, and this is how we'll leave it. One little tip for you if you don't want to get mineral oil everywhere. In the Shimano one, you can literally just put one of these in there and it will just plug it so you're not leaking oil while you're transporting it from your workbench over to the bike. Push in, and then you can open it all the way up. If you don't push this, then it won't open all the way up. This allows you to not having to take your grips off, which is pretty handy. Here we go. And it's also handy because if you undo it, it won't fall off straight away. So you can now remove our valve cap and just put it in, insert it real quick so you won't have the oil come out too much, and then push the barb in as well. Do it up by hand for this bit, and you've got to make sure that the hose is right in there and it feels straight. And now we'll take our spanner in case you were wondering what this tool is, this is the Pedro's disc wrench. This is awesome for your travel mechanics bag or toolkit, or if you just want to have the one thing. So I'm going to use my Total Bleed Solutions funnel. First, you're going to need an Allen key to open the bleed port. You want to make sure you get this little rubber O-ring out and put it on your bolt so you're not losing it. So we'll find a bolt, put it on. I also recommend you wear gloves. This is probably a little bit too late in the video to say this, but do definitely wear gloves because you don't want this oil all over your hands. When you buy a Total Bleed Solution bleed kit, they'll give you the correct oil for your brakes. So we'll use Shimano mineral oil. We'll take the syringe, also supplied by Total Bleed Solutions, and we'll just draw some more oil into the syringe. This big air bubble out of it. We'll now connect the syringe with the caliper, like so, and then we'll use a 7mm wrench to open the bleed port. And once loosened, and then open it with your hand, making sure it's firmly on there, and then we can push the oil through the system to make sure there's no air bubbles. Don't forget to Now we've done that, we'll remove the old oil with the funnel and empty it in an appropriate place. Then just pour it down the sink. There we go. Now we're going to put the bleed port bolt back in. So make sure that you've got the little rubber O-ring on there. So we'll put it on and then screw it in. And this doesn't need to be very tight, only about 2 newton-meters, so just about hand tight. Just nip it up, that will do. It's very easy to round these out, so just be careful. We're going to use some disc brake cleaner to spray on the brake where it's been oiled. So be quite generous with that. and then wipe off all the oil that may have spilled while bleeding. We'll repeat the same on the caliper. Make sure the caliper is completely clean. Rubber hood into the brake, and then we'll also put the rubber grommet into the frame. Using the correct bolts, we'll now install it to the frame. On here it may seem like they're the same size, but this one is longer and this one is shorter, so as you can see there's equal amount of threads at the end. We're going to leave it slightly loose, so when inserting the pads in the wheel, it's got some movement. And now we'll insert our brake pads. And then the pin. The 3mm Allen key will now tighten in the bolt, and then you've got a little retaining clip to put on the other side. There you go. So we'll grease our axle up ready for insertion. So now we're going to insert the axle. One about 3mm between the cog and the jockey wheel, and we'll just do this up really tight. There we go. And then we'll check it. Perfect. After checking the brake, it works. We'll now align the caliper. Doesn't go in, so that means there's plenty of disc left. After successfully aligning your caliper and also putting your lever back to where you want it, you have now finished installing and bleeding your brake. The same goes to the front one as well. It's a lot easier because sometimes you can get these pre-bled and they just go straight on. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and see you in the next one.